Bonjour, hello everyone. I'm Nata, host of the Nata PR School podcast. You're a successful entrepreneur or marketing manager and you're about to launch a new product or service, or you've been selling your goods for quite some time, but you want to learn how to increase your visibility, get known, and reach more clients? At Nata PR, we deal with real clients every day and we'll teach you simple, fun, and honest PR solutions. You'll learn easy steps to combine PR to social media right now. Keep listening and let's get started. Bonjour, hello everyone. Welcome to the Nata PR School podcast, episode number 5. It's all about learning new things today. So I really wanted to talk about how learning is a skill, maybe a muscle that we need to build, and how learning is probably one of the most important thing in my life because it's helping me in so many ways. For those who know, we have created at the agency a new service called the Nata PR School, where we teach the basic of public relations and how to combine it to your social media to get known. This is why, building this program, it really led me to think how learning is so important, how learning can be a great tool. Maybe it's your case, you've went through some long studies for many years and now you're a professional and you've stopped learning new things. So I hope I will give you this new feeling. So I want to work on your will. Maybe you will want to learn after listening to this podcast. And I have 5 different steps to really help you work on this muscle and make you want to learn new things. But before I reveal these 5 steps, I really wanted to talk about why learning is so important for me. And the first reason is really because it helps me to stop repeating the same mistakes over and over, helps me to move on when I'm stuck. Isn't that incredible? I don't know if you've noticed that maybe it's happening right now in your life. You're stuck somewhere, you don't know what to do. And I'm telling you, learning new things is really a way to get out of your brain, move on, and stop being stuck. And so that's the first reason, really, to stop making the same mistakes. And number 2, of course, is it's learning new things really helps me grow and succeed in my business, in my life. And I'm a learner. I feel like I'm the luckiest person in the world because I love to learn. But I want to share that love with you and make you learn new things eventually. So go further. That's the third reason. It helps me really move on. I love to learn because of that, for sure. It allows me to learn even what I don't like. So let me talk about that a little bit. So this is the perfect example. If you're an entrepreneur like me, you have a business. You can be even a solopreneur and you have freelancers working for you or suppliers. And you realize that you need to build a new skill, which is how to deal with employees maybe or human resources. So about a year ago, my partner and I, we were in this state of mind where, my God, we were so ecstatic, happy because we were growing fast. We generated a growth of more than 40%, close to 50% of our business. So we were like so happy and excited. We were sharing this excitement with our staff. We were telling them that, they would obviously get a raise. We would hire more people to share their tasks and all of this to have more fun. But at the end, when the things started to smooth down a little bit, my partner and I realized that many of them weren't happy about, all these changes. This is when, and that was a shock for me actually. So I realized that I needed to pay more attention to my human resources. And this is not something I really wanted to do. Therefore, I chose to really work with a professional to support me. So I picked on my love to learn new things, even what I don't want to do, things I don't like. So I went from I'm not good at managing people to I'm learning to manage people. And this makes all the difference in the world. When we say that we don't like something, we're not good at something, of course, we can't be good. So the result cannot be we become better. And I decided to work with this amazing coach. And I'm just saying hi to Chris Plackey, Chris with a K. And if you look for the best business coach in the world, you have to work with Chris. She's an amazing woman. She really understands entrepreneur, what we do, what's our daily lives. And she can really push you also to the limits where you don't want to go. So when I first started with working with her, she said, well, we have to go back to the basics and redo your mission, your values, and, create this text, actually, they call it a manifesto, where you explain what's your enterprise in just maybe a few sentences. And I'm like, I have that already. I don't want to do that. So at first, that was my reaction. And then I'm like, okay, let's play the game. Let's learn new things and have fun doing things we don't want to do. So I did all that. I really started from the basics, thought my business and how I wanted to see it. And I worked on all different positions, rewrote all job description in both French and English. I'm telling you, a big job that wasn't attractive to me at all, but I wanted to learn. And I knew that at the end, there would be a change and there would be some results. And I can tell you, I'm almost 1 year down the road after doing all that work. And oh my God, everything has changed. It's so amazing. Feels great. So I'm not repeating the same mistakes. We are hiring people in a very different way. So all this to say that my capacity, actually my want to learn new things really helped me in this situation. So I want to share with you and give you these 5 steps to give you this feeling again. And maybe this will help you to move on. And if you're stuck, learning new things might be the solution. So how do I create this way of life, actually, of mine? How do I create this want, this desire to learn? So the first step, there are 5. So the 5 steps that I'm sharing with you today are, first, create the desire. How do we create that? Number 2, be curious. Number 3, openness. So let's be open to new things. Number 4, tame failure. Learn how to fail. Number 5, progress. So these are 5 little steps. I'm going to talk about each of them. And the more I think about how I learn and what makes me learn new things all the time, even if learning is something I love, these are the 5 steps. So I hope it's going to give you this feeling of and create the desire. So first one is indeed, how do we create this desire? We're all humans. We're all the same. We want to do things. We create results thinking it's going to make us feel a certain way. So when I feel I need to learn something I don't want, I try to pick and find in me how I want to feel about it. So it might seem weird, but I'm telling you, to me, the feeling of being proud of my staff, being proud of my partner, being proud of myself is really a top feeling for me that makes me move and do things I don't want to do. So I invite you to create this desire. Find what feeling makes you act. Try to just think about that. And we are humans, so we do things because we think it's going to make us feel a certain way. So we want to lose weight because we think that when we're going to be thin, we're going to be happy. But this is great, actually, to know that, because this is what makes you take actions. So find out, number 1, what makes you desire something, desire to learn in this case. Step number 2, be curious. Being curious is probably also something very strange that I use all the time, not even knowing. Now I know more because I really pay attention to it. But it helped me discover things I would have never discovered otherwise. Being curious is really what really helped me go on different roads where I would have never been. I'm curious enough that when something happens, and even if I'm not attracted to it, if it's strange, if it's weird, if it's something that, I think it's not for me, I just go look because, we never know. And I think it's that state of mind, being curious, that really made me discover sometimes the best things in my life. And one of them is coaching. You would have told me a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, that I would become a life coach. I would have laughed and said, never, no way, I'm never going to be a coach. But I'm following what's happening with the life coach school, and I'm very fascinated by, the work of these women out there. And at one point, if you're not a coach, you cannot be part of their trainings or the courses they offer. So I'm like, what? They don't want my money, these people? But I was consuming their work, and I'm like, oh, why not? So let's be curious. And I decided to look at the program and decided to do the whole certification program, which is a 6 months hard work program, I'm telling you. So I'm really proud to say that the fact that I'm curious really helps me grow and learn new things. So that's number 2. Number 3, openness. Being open-minded. It's probably something very human. So sometimes we enroll in a new class and something new, and we see our teacher, and we have all these negative thoughts about how the person looks, how he or she dresses, their haircut is wrong, and then we block everything, from what maybe this person can give us, and we just pass and block ourselves on, maybe the amazing content that they're ready to share with us. So being open-minded, being open is also, for me, to be open from the heart. It's not just your mind. I know we talk about being open-minded, but it's also linked to the heart. Now, open your heart and your brain, of course, to anything new in front of you without judgment and putting aside all these negative thoughts. We all have those thoughts, but don't get stuck in your negative things as a protection and use it just to protect yourself. I guess we do that. I'm telling you, all humans, we all do that. We all have negative thoughts. They don't disappear. And so that's number 3. Number 1, create desire. Number 2, be curious. Number 3, be openness. Number 4 is learn how to fail. Tame failure. Not my favorite one. I'm just like you. I prefer success, obviously. I prefer succeeding and having, new clients come work with us instead of having no's and people who don't want to work with us. So learning how to fail is a new skill that I'm learning. It's something new in my life, and we hear a lot about failure. People are talking about it more and more. And I love the fact that when you look at it as just, a step between 2 successes, it's just a step between what you're learning, then it makes it very different. So you try something new, you fail, you look at it and you're like, okay, what else could I do? How can I improve? And you move on instead of being stuck in your failure. So this is what it is. Learn how to fail. And sometimes the more you fail, if you have a big goal, something very different that you want to do in your life that you haven't done before, you might have a few failure along the way, a few things that will not work. But if you stay in your failure, obviously you're not going to succeed. So failure is really a step and just a way to learn also. So number 4, learn how to fail. Number 5, it's all about progress for me. And one day I discovered that Tony Robbins uses progress too in everything he does. And for him, I like his definition of progress is very simple. Progress is happiness. So progress equals happiness. And it's so true for me. And a few words about Tony Robbins, if you don't know him. It's this incredible man. He's probably 2 meters high, 7 feet high. He's been in the coaching business forever, more than 30 years for sure. But he's learned, and he really is a master of PNL. I'm not going to talk about what it is today, but if you're curious, there's a documentary on Netflix called I'm Not Your Guru. And if it's the first time you're initiated to what coaching is, this is a certain way of coaching, a very unique program that Tony Robbins teaches in this documentary. So hang on and wait for the first intervention he does with it's a young man at the beginning. I'm telling you, this will change probably how you see coaching. And Tony has really learned about how human brains is functioning, and he can make some amazing change and make people realize quickly what's wrong in their lives. All this to say that this first intervention is just amazing. All the interventions with people in this documentary are just, they're going to blow your mind. Voila. So all this to say that progress equals happiness. And I agree 100% with Tony Robbins on this. To me, progress is really what gives me the most joy in my life. It's stronger than all these false pleasures. That could be, I don't know, wine and some other drugs, and it has a long-lasting effect too. And it's the best thing, I feel. Like when I grow, when I learn something new, when I'm able to create something new in my life, when I know that I'm doing, even if it's hard, and I'm able to succeed in something, learn new things after a few failures, then the joy at the other hand is even bigger. So progress equals happiness. So just to go back, I want you to start learning again. And just to give you this, I want to learn, I have these 5 easy steps. So the first one was how to create desire and feed it, of course. Create desire, be curious, number 2. Number 3, be open. Number 4, learn how to fail. Number 5, progress. And I hope you will want to learn, if you're listening to this podcast and you want to learn public relations, you don't know where to start, our school is a great way to learn. You can reach out to me, Nata at natapr.com, or you can go on our website and find out about the next cohort. We will be teaching a few times a year. This is a brand new program, and it's really intense and amazing. And you'll have access to, in this case, me or some other like top senior professional in the agency. So you'll have access to the real people out there who know what works. So hopefully you'll join us soon, and I hope you'll be there next week. Hey, you want to learn more about how to implement PR strategies? Head on to natapr.com and get on our list. You will also receive the Nata PR model on how to create a successful PR campaign. If you want to become a client, just send us an email to nata@natapr.com. Talk to you next week. À la semaine prochaine.